Welcome to the broadcast, everyone, and we're glad our television cameras are here. Let me tell you the issue that we're dealing with as we continue to litigate issues. A lot of you know we've been litigating that issue at the mosque at Ground Zero. These groups have wanted to put up a mosque at the very site of Ground Zero, a building that was received the landing gear from Ground Zero. We're in court on that issue, now going to the Court of Appeals. Interestingly, groups that supported the mosque at Ground Zero are now saying a cross that survived the rubble, it's two steel beams that were in the shape of a cross, should be removed from the museum because it violates church-state separation. So the mosque should stay, according to these groups, but the cross needs to go. Now it's in court, and we're litigating this issue. Jordan, we've been tracking this issue for a while. We're now litigating it. This has got some big ramifications.
There was, of course, the debris. People were going. They were still looking for survivors, of course, at this point, and remains and any kind of indication, clues, information. And one of the workers at the massive Ground Zero site, as it became known, came across this steel beam in a cross, and it was immediately recognized by all of the workers, not just that individual, as a symbol of hope. It was very important. I mean, this cross, folks, has got its own Wikipedia page. That's how well known it is. Now, when the rubble started to be cleared out and the next stage of Ground Zero reconstruction started, the cross was moved to a church, always under the understanding that that would be temporary and that it would then come back to the museum that would be placed at Ground Zero to honor and to remember what occurred on September 11th, 2001. Right. It was always indicated. These atheists have filed a lawsuit so that cross isn't important to our history anymore.
David French is a senior counsel for the American Center for Law and Justice. He's handling this case. And David, this idea that a museum could have an artifact from the survival that survived 9/11, these two steel beams in the shape of a cross, that they're now being questioned is what's the legal issue here?
Well, it's astonishing, really. They're essentially saying to curators of a museum, you cannot display historical artifacts if they have religious meaning. Now, let's back up a minute, and what does this mean? Well, the Lincoln Bible, the Bible that President Obama swore into office on, is in the Library of Congress. Is that to be removed next? What about the surviving remnants of the Star-Spangled Banner with its references to God? Is it to be removed? When you think about the implications of their position, it's staggering, and fortunately the case law is squarely against them on this.
By the way, we've heard from over 75,000 American citizens from all 50 states. Our goal, 100,000 signatures in this committee filing a brief to defend this cross at Ground Zero. Now, Jordan's going to give you that number. Those museum curators had the right to put that in there, but we're going to play some sound for you when we come back from the break. Folks, you're not going to believe what these angry atheists are saying. Jordan's going to give you that number. You go to the phone right now.
Call now and preserve that cross at Ground Zero so that it's there for your grandchildren to see. So it's there for someone overseas visiting that museum so that they see that, yes, a cross was and is very significant. That symbol arising was very significant to the American people. That's what the atheists don't want. Let's stop them. 877-989-2255. You call that number right now. 877-989-2255. Remember, we're doing it for guys like this, guys who walked up the stairs into burning buildings, risking their own lives, knowing they probably wouldn't come back just to try to save people. Call now, 877-989-2255. Let's make sure we honor them.